What is up? What is up? YouTube, how y'all doing? So basically, YouTube just made it 10 times easier to get views in 2016. I'm Uncle Mike, and I'm going to break down to see if this person is right. Maybe it's probably better for views for everybody. But if you are a new channel, we're going to see if this replies to you right after this intro.
Growth's got a formula most never learn. You don't need luck or talent, structure is earned. If you're ready to build and you know it's your turn, start with the 4 free videos, earn as you learn. Click on the more below to sign up.
That's right, you guys. Hey, check out the description below. Sign up for our 4 free videos that break down our whole system and how we can help you grow our YouTube channel, especially if you're about to retire. Like I was about to retire. I skipped retirement. I gotta turn my mic up so I can really hear what's going to go down. Hit that subscribe
YouTube
button, hit that bell.
just made it 10 times easier to get views,
Ah.
and I actually have proof to back this up, right? It's not just a clickbait title. In my last video, I did mention some of this new information and strategies that I do, and I got a lot of hate comments. It was a lot of comments of people saying that my information was BS or that I was lying. So let me make this very clear. I'm not here to convince anyone. If you want to do YouTube the old way, go ahead. I don't give a fuck. But just be aware that in a month or two, your favorite guru is going to be telling you the same exact information. I'm just the first one. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Romero. I've been doing YouTube for the last 8 years. And across all of my YouTube channels, I've made over $2 million in ad revenue. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I doubled my views in the last 2 months. So strategy number 1 is net information gain. Right now, if you search something on Google, the first thing you're going to see is an AI overview. Now, the majority of those AI overviews that Google gives you are sourced from YouTube. They used to be sourced from like Reddit and random articles, but Google is now heavily leaning towards YouTube videos as sources for these AI overviews. And this is Google's objective, right? They want to make YouTube the go-to source for everything on the internet. But the issue that Google was having is that there was too much copycat content, right? Ever since ChatGPT came out and all of these LLMs, it became very easy for people to rewrite someone's video and repost it on their channel. That in itself was already annoying, but it got even worse. Because when you post a YouTube video, Gemini, which is YouTube's AI reviewer, has to analyze your video. It has to look at the visuals, the transcript of your video, and that costs Google money. They were like, okay, we have Gemini reviewing the same exact video over and over, but it's slightly reworded, and that's costing it power and money. So the solution of this was something called Gist, which is essentially like a mini version of Gemini, whose job is to like filter out all of the copies before it reaches Gemini. Now this new filter was added on Friday, January 3rd of 2026. So literally only a few weeks ago. And the OG patent is called contextual estimation of link information gain. That's for—
Whoa. I'm telling y'all right now, YouTube is targeting all this AI quick schemes. The get rich quick schemes. Okay, I said it right. Here we go.
For those of you that want to go and review this yourself. So now, this is how the search engine works and categorizes your videos now. When you post a video, step 1 on Google's end is that the ingestion system scans your video. Step number 2, it stores your video in the index. And step number 3, which is the new step that Google added, is the gist filter. So before your video can reach step number 4, which is Gemini, it has to pass the gist filter. And what the gist filter does is that when it's reviewing your video, it asks, okay, do I have this anywhere else? Meaning, is there a similar video out there that I already have? So if you make a video that is too similar in the wording or the topic or the, conclusion, your video is not going to pass the gist filter and it's never going to recommend it. So that's what a shadow ban is. The reason that the majority of people are shadow banned is because they're not giving new information to Google.
He's talking right to the reactors because I'm reacting to his video, which is majority of his video is going to be a copy. And this is why you have to stop the video just like I just did to make the transcript different. See, now the video is different because he's at pause and I'm moving around doing all this. Just letting you guys know.
You're not giving net information gain. I mean, think about it, man. Google knows everything about everything. So if you're just rewording people's videos and giving it the same information that it already has in its brain, it's not going to reward you anymore. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't post a video because someone else already did, but let me give you an example of how to approach this. Let's say you want to make a video about the Titanic, and the title of your video is What Really Happened to the Titanic? If the script talks about the iceberg, the lifeboats, or that one band that was playing while the ship was sinking, when the algorithm starts scanning your video, aka gist, it's going to compare your video to 50,000 other YouTube videos that talk about the Titanic. I guarantee that at least 90% of those YouTube videos talk about the band, the lifeboats, and the iceberg. So then the algorithm is going to say, okay, we already have this. This is nothing new. And in return, it kills your video's push. Now, the correct way of approaching this is that instead of talking about what everybody knows, right? You can still make a video about the Titanic, but you're not going to talk about those key points that everyone else does. I mean, it was in the fucking movie. Instead, you're going to title your video, The 6-Word Radio Message That Sank the Titanic. The entire topic of your video has to be about Jack Phillips, who was the radio operator in the Titanic, who essentially started beefing with another ship nearby, and then Jack and the ship nearby started going back and forth, and essentially, when the time came for him to give distress calls, the other ship didn't respond because he turned him down. And because of this beef, the final iceberg warning was never delivered to the captain. And that's a true story, by the way. So now, when the algorithm goes and scans this new Titanic video, it's going to see Jack Phillips, distress signal, radio conflict. And when it compares your video to everyone else, it's going to say, wait, yeah, this information is true. I don't really see another YouTube video out there that focuses only on this, radio beef. And this creates net information gain, meaning that when someone Googles the radio fights of the Titanic, your video is going to come up as sourced with the AI overview. Pretty cool, huh? Now, let's go ahead and say you do this, right? And you pass the gist filter. This takes us to step number 4, which is Gemini. But now there's a new thing with that as well, and that's called semantic IDs. Now, I might lose a lot of you guys in this one because it's a lot of nerdy shit, but I need you to lock in, okay? Because this is actually important. I'm going to try to explain this as easily as possible, okay? Right now, when you post a video, the algorithm does not go based on your tags, your description, or your title. It doesn't care. It cares about what's inside of your video, what words are said inside of your video. Now, something you need to understand is that
you gotta listen to this part, and a lot of people don't believe in this. YouTube has voice recognition. So in the beginning, when you say the name Oprah or whatever your video's about, that's important. We teach that in the course also.
Words are not words to Google and YouTube. It is code. For example, P. Diddy, right? To you and me, P. Diddy is Diddy, right? But to Google, he is M01VRN. That's true. And the word knowledge is M04_TB. Now that is what Gemini sees. Now these codes here are called nodes. And when the YouTube algorithm analyzes your video, it creates one long semantic ID, which is made of nodes. Now, let me give you an example of how this works. Let's say we're making a YouTube video about Elon Musk. If in the script of this video, I use terms like rich tech CEO instead of Elon Musk, or egg cars instead of saying Teslas are ugly, I would be using human language. That's not something Google goes based off of. From what I understand, slang or satire is not necessarily translated correctly to Google. But if in my script, I say SpaceX or Starship or Tesla or Mars, and I keep hitting nodes that link back or relate to Elon Musk, they are going to be added in the semantic ID of my video. So in YouTube's eyes, the more nodes I hit in the script of my video, the more authority my video is going to have. This means that YouTube will trust my channel, and it's going to push it because of that, because I give a lot of context to a specific topic. Now, here's the tricky part. Take the term young shoppers, right? When I say young shoppers, you probably think of a kid or a teenager buying groceries or buying clothes. But to Google and YouTube, the term young shoppers does not exist. It's not a real term. It doesn't have a semantic ID, meaning that to Google, it's not a real word. But if in the script of your video, instead of saying young shoppers, you say Gen Z consumers, guess what? The algorithm is going to understand exactly what you're saying, because Gen Z consumers does have a semantic ID. So how do you fix this? Well, you can do it manually, or you can use VidNinjas. Now, this is the first time I'm going to be talking about this publicly, but this is a software that I created that I share to members of my school community. And not only can you use this as production workflow, but you can also track up to 30 competitors where you can see their total views, how many views they get per hour. You can see this month, this day, and then go based off of their best performing videos. It also has a tool built in where it helps you create scripts, descriptions, tags, and even thumbnails. But as for semantic IDs and hitting those nodes, we added a section called the sauce.
Man, what he's talking about is a little bit on the more advanced side. Once you have your channel, once you have your system, you're doing uploads, you did the thumbnails, you are actually in a rhythm. You got your direction going, clarity, you in a rhythm. I say rhythm twice, didn't I? And you building your system, you working your system to upload one video a day. Is the best way to get into this algorithms on the happy side of the algorithm. What he's talking about, man, that's like 4th level. You still on ground level. Then you get to level 1 once you got your system going and your level 1 is working. Then level 2, then 3. This is level 4 stuff.
Where all you have to do is paste the script of your video, give it a target topic or primary entity.
Anytime they start talking about, and I understand, I'm not saying that it don't work or anything, but anytime they putting in another piece of equipment or another app, another software you need to try to make this thing work better for you, don't do that. I strongly recommend not to do that. Any of them. vidIQ, if anything, I would use vidIQ free and start learning how to get the right keywords and get the right titles going. That's your first step. This right here, like I said, is step 4.
And click
we're gonna check it
Analyze
out.
Sauce.
We're gonna check it out.
What VidNinjas is going to do here is that it's going to compare your video to Google's entire knowledge panel, and it's going to tell you exactly what's missing and what you have to reword. It's also going to tell you exactly what semantic IDs hit, including the codes. It also searches Google and YouTube to see the originality score of your script, to see if anyone else has done it before. And if you scroll down, you can see a button that says Refine Script, and it's going to automatically apply those changes for you. So with this, you're going to have original scripts that hit every semantic ID/node. It's also going to tell you the net information gain score of your video, and it fixes it for you in the click of a button. That's pretty cool. If you want to check this out, you can click the link in the description of this video. Should be below my school community, where if you don't know, it sounds like I'm plugging everything right now.
And if you don't know,
I feel like fucking Billy Mays right now. I'm the owner of Views for Income, which is one of the biggest YouTube communities in the world. We use school as our platform. This is where I have over 80 plus videos where I teach you every single one of my strategies, where I have extensive updates on the Google and YouTube algorithm. And it's essentially a blueprint on how I made over $2 million with YouTube. And I also go live every single week. This is where I speak with you guys directly, answer any questions, review channels, all that good stuff. My camera ended up dying. I'm wearing the same shirt because I was like, I'll probably fool you guys and just pretend like it's not a different day. But whatever. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the last one. And that would be the invisible ceiling, which is GARM Brand and Safety, which stands for Global Alliance of Responsible Media. So what this means is that YouTube is a business and they have to make a certain group happy, which is advertisers. And advertisers and YouTube, they have something called GARM, where advertisers can pick specific words or topics that they don't want their ads to be shown on YouTube. And if advertisers don't want their ads running on your video, YouTube is not going to push it. Now, my hypothesis is that this might have changed a little bit. And what I mean by that is that advertisers might be pulling away from AI stories, from very AI generated content, from brain rot. And because this type of content is so new, they're probably adding like specific words or phrases that are essentially killing the momentum of a lot of channels, which explains why YouTube might be terminating and demonetizing a shit ton of channels right now. Probably something happened in the back end with this whole GARM thing. And, advertisers started saying, you know what, I don't want my videos to be in political videos and violent videos, of course. But now I also don't want my videos to appear in AI generated content. And because there was so much of this content made and posted on YouTube every single day, they probably noticed that a lot of channels were being skipped by advertisers. But again, that's just a theory. Again, I don't think YouTube is 100% against AI, but I do think they're against monetizing AI slop. You gotta remember that these AI softwares are tools. I don't think the intention was for AI to replace, the actual visuals and the production workflow. So myself, I haven't really been affected by this, but I know a lot of people have. I don't know if I sound crazy right now, but everything I said in this video is true, at least from my experience, right? Like, I have this little notebook where I write down a bunch of Google theories, right? Like, if they update anything new, I'm like, okay, how does this relate to YouTube? And what would the change be? Again, I don't believe that they're going to announce these changes because it is complicated shit or a little bit confusing. So then I started experimenting myself. And with semantic IDs and net information gain, with my experimentation, it seemed to be 100% effective. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to know what else I'm doing with other Google updates, you can go ahead and click on this video here. I cover a little bit more things in there, give a bit more context. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time.
Oh my goodness, that's a hard one right there. Y'all got Uncle Mike confused. I'm confused a little bit. But again, I think that when you first start, you gotta start somewhere before you start adding on things like this. Does that make sense? If you're gonna do a video, do the video the best you can and get used to doing your videos. Get used to a system first before you start adding on all these plugins and all these apps and different things. That's just my opinion, because uploading the video, putting the title up and releasing it at the time you should be releasing it, putting together a thumbnail, actually making sure your title brings curiosity, say, let me click on this so I can see what's going to happen. Stuff like that. I think those things are way more important to a beginner, and start getting these things into your life first before you start saying, well, I'm gonna get this because this tool is gonna make my video go viral. I'm gonna get thousands and thousands of views. And you should be training and focusing on training the algorithm to fit your channel. You should be focusing on that first. I'm gonna get on up out of here. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.